Welcome to the Zay Zay Zone. I'm Isaiah, aka Zay Zay Nix, and guys, it's been a minute. I've been sick, but I am now better, and I am now ready to dig into what I consider to be Cartoon Network Brainrot. And guys, I know it sounds wrong, but trust me, it's a real thing, and we're gonna get into it right now. Now, before you start leaving comments, yes, I have watched a lot of Gumball, and even though I don't want to admit it, this show is basically brain rot. One glance at Gumball with the eyes of your parents or your grandparents, and you will see what I mean. The Amazing World of Gumball first aired on Cartoon Network on May 3rd, 2011, and it was a big success from the start. The off putting animation and the overly childish humor can be seen as brain rot. For some reason, I thought this show was illegal to watch when I was younger because of how different it looked, and even the humor was something I didn't understand at the time. But how brain rotted is this show? Well, there's humor in the show, so at least there's some sort of substance. But the animation is somewhat brain rotted. If you got a problem with this take, then go argue with a wall because come on. Look at this. Just look at this, guys. Just look at this. Brain rot rating 4.5 out of 10. So Mad aired on Cartoon Network from September 6th, 2010 and ended on December 2nd, 2013. And from first glance, it looks a bit off-putting. The intro looks weird. Most of the segments just look like YouTube videos from like 2010, and it gives some Adult Swim vibes as well. It seems like many enjoyed the show because it ran for like 4 seasons, and this is a show that's different compared to the other shows on this list. And while they were all weird, this is a good weird. A weird that is still kind of easy to watch for a period of time while I was feeling tired. Brain rot rating 5 out of 10. I honestly forgot that the Annoying Orange had a Cartoon Network show. This was actually my introduction to this character. I didn't have YouTube at the time, so this was unique for me to watch since I didn't know what this was. The High Fructose Adventures of the Annoying Orange began airing on May 28th, 2012 and ended on March 17th, 2014. The show itself is just a long form Annoying Orange video. The only difference is, instead of being in a kitchen, is that the show takes place in a supermarket. This show is designed to be weird, and that's okay. The animation and the storylines are probably one of the most brainwatted things in this video. I can deal with a 4-minute Annoying Orange video, maybe, but an 11-minute segment of a half-hour episode is too much for me to handle, especially since I'm older now. The voice is annoying, and there's no real substance in it. Everything I'm complaining about has been said for years. It's great for a YouTube channel in 2010, but onto TV channels, it doesn't work in the same way, especially since you're trying to space out a 5 to 6 minute video idea to an 11-minute episode segment. And it's obvious that it's hard to do as it did not work. Brain rot rating 6.5 out of 10. Uncle Grandpa began airing on September 2nd, 2013 and ended on June 30th, 2017 on Cartoon Network. This show was weird. It almost feels like a fever dream, but since that I know is real, I can't pull out that card. It had that same surreal humor as most of the other shows on this list. It was created to be weird. The show itself isn't bad, but there's just barely any substance to put the show on a high level. The visual gags in the show is the same. It's kind of unique, but at the same time, it's just the same thing. The only true positive about this show is that it does have good stories and the problems do get solved, which is fair. But the show itself really isn't it. The only reason why I have this show higher than Annoying Orange is because the animation is more weird, but this show is much more better than Annoying Orange, hands down. Brain Rot rating 7 out of 10. This is the show that came before Uncle Grandpa. It's the same creator. The man really loved his toilet humor because almost everything about this show screams brain rot. Like, look at these characters. Secret Mountain Fort Awesome only aired for 1 season. It began airing on August 1st, 2011 and ended on February 17th, 2012. This was another show that felt illegal to watch when I was younger because of how weird it looked, felt, and everything. It was raunchy, but it wasn't raunchy enough to be on Adult Swim. The plot itself explains the show well. A race of monsters known as the Disgustoids are banished from society due to their unruly behavior and grotesque appearance. I still don't know how this show passed the execs. I still wonder if they were given some sort of drug laced food because I don't understand how this made it past the meeting. I really don't. Brainrot rating 9 out of 10. Now, before we head on to my top pick, here are some dishonorable mentions. Teen Titans Go. This show is weird, but it's that same good weird that Gumball has. And at least the show has some substance. Clarence. Another weird one, but the show redeemed itself to me as I got a little older. It's not bad, but it's obviously still weird. Now, as we head to number one, I want to give you right now a serious warning, as what you're about to see may be hard on the eyes and maybe your brain. The top pick is The Problem Solvers. Well, we got a problem and it's on my screen. Problem Solvers aired from April 4th, 2011 and ended unfortunately on my birthday, September 29th, 2011 on Cartoon Network. Before somehow getting a 4-episode season pickup from Netflix, which would air on March 30th, 2013. Yep, this is the biggest example of Cartoon Network brainrot. Automatically from first glance, this is Secret Mountain Fort Awesome, but more worse. The show's humor and content itself isn't bad. It's just the animation that gives the full brainrot experience. The execs must have been on some magic mushroom LSD when he saw this show because how did it make it past the meeting? I still don't understand. The show itself may not be as bad as you probably think, but the animation is the worst thing produced by Cartoon Network. I don't understand why they put this master ugly thing on kids' TV screens. I don't understand. This just looks plain cheap and is more off-putting than every show on this list. There's no appeal to the show after the shock of seeing this for the first time on your screen. After that, you lose the feeling of trying to watch anymore. I'm shocked that the show aired, and even more shocked at the so-called second season. I'm giving the problem solvers a brainrot rating of 10. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is a 10, 10, 10. I don't care about the substance. I don't care about anything not as bad. It all blew out the water because how bad the show looks. 10. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching another episode of the Zay Zay Zone. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe. And please help us out. We're almost at 600 subscribers, so please help us out by subscribing and supporting the video and checking out our other content on the channel as well. But yeah, other than that, guys, peace, y'all.